Ukraine will launch a reform of secondary education in 2018. Schoolchildren start the 12-year education curriculum on September 1st, 2018. According to the reform, full secondary education will consist of 4-year elementary education, 5-year basic secondary education in preparatory schools, and 3-year profile secondary education. Profile secondary education, or senior schools, can be of 2 types: general education and vocational education. Upon completion of a secondary school, graduates can attain a profession. Today we offer the concept of a new Ukrainian school. This school will be transformed from a school in which children, for the most part, gain theoretical knowledge to a school of competency of the 21st century. This school's curriculum will include exactly those lenient competencies. This primarily includes creativity, emotional intelligence, critical thinking, the ability to meet challenges and make responsible decisions. It implies everything that our school children are not taught in Ukrainian secondary schools, the Profile Ministry explains. The new Ukrainian school will focus on 4 base components. New teaching content is necessary for a successful self-fulfillment in today's society. A motivated teacher has creative freedom and develops professionally. Decentralization and effective management provide such a school real autonomy. Equitable distribution of public funding ensures equitable access to quality education for all children, regardless of their place of residence and their family's financial situation. Individuality, patriotism, and innovation form the ideal model of a future school graduate. As a result, we must nurture and produce a school graduate who is a full-fledged individual, capable of critical thinking, and is a patriot and a conscientious citizen. Such students must take responsibility for their decisions. They have to respect their own rights and the rights of others and act in accordance with moral and ethical principles. The reform also envisages financial incentives for teachers, namely internal voluntary certification. This will define their level of salary. Enhancement of the qualifications of pedagogues could develop in the form of educational programs, internships, attending certified training sessions, and master classes. Innovations have to change attitudes toward teachers, parents, and children. The pedagogy of partnership is a key element of the reform. Earlier, teachers were an authority. They were the only source of knowledge. They transmitted knowledge. Their authority was on the verge of authoritarianism. Nowadays, in the age of advanced information technology, a teacher is not considered to be the only source of information. If school pupils are no longer interested in the lesson, they lose motivation, attention, and the desire to learn. For this reason, it's important today to shift from the school of knowledge towards a school with a competency approach, where students have the right to choose subjects they want to study, as Oksana stresses. It takes more time to transition to such a school model. In view of this, 12-year secondary school is the most acceptable form of a new school model. The main aim of reform is to change the academic content. If you are offered to study the Russian language, this subject is considered an elective course of study. Theoretically, if class parents agree to the subject, it will be possible to change it into another one, such as critical thinking or media literacy. That is, school pupils have to be interested in the subjects. The reform aims at establishing a school network that will meet the needs of the new Ukrainian school. It is necessary to close ungraded schools and establish a senior school network as it is in foreign countries. Besides that, it is necessary to establish special communities to monitor the allocated funds, as experts say. There are 2/3 of village schools in the overall structure of schools in Ukraine. Village secondary schools can have up to 100 pupils. There are staff and class shortages there. It is unrealistic to make every school financially qualitative. Many countries have gone through this process. Among them were Poland, Hungary, Moldova, and earlier Finland and Ireland. Ukraine has to set up a monitoring system to follow what happens. The issue of data gathering deserves special attention. This includes qualitative monitoring that should be conducted in schools. The reform plan is currently awaiting approval of the Cabinet of Ministers. The document includes all the details and interaction among the relevant ministry, local government bodies, and other relevant institutions involved in the introduction of the reform. The 12th year of secondary school will require additional funds from the national budget amounting to over 4 billion Ukrainian hryvnias. For this reason, it will be extremely difficult to introduce innovations without investments. Now we are working and looking for international partners for creation of the online platform. The online platform mostly needs resources to produce educational content and materials, which will be included in such a platform. This year's pilot projects are planned for implementation to start working at 50 secondary schools. The best practices will be put into action because Ukrainian secondary schools will be successful only if good teachers are engaged and if a secondary school focuses on school students and considers the rights, abilities, needs, and interests of students.